You have a higher voice. I've got a lower one. Yeah, I can cut all this. All right. We're recording. That's what that
Okay.
means. So,
How excited are you? Right
I'm
now?
super excited because I have held my wife against her will to be on my podcast with me today. But I think you're gonna have fun
Right.
because we're just gonna talk about us and yeah, I guess just us. Because you're the best guest I've had on the podcast so far.
And
so.
you've had a lot, so
Yeah.
that's really saying something.
So I guess we'll start with talking about our relationship story from the beginning to now, but I'm going to do it really brief
Okay.
and quick because there's a lot that happened, but
Yeah,
these
just
people
skip the
don't.
part where you dump me.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a long time ago. But if I do miss anything, feel free to add.
Okay.
Okay. So, we were high school sweethearts, and it was our junior year summer, right? That we got together, and yeah, we've been together ever since. Went to different schools in college for a little bit, and then couldn't be away from each other, and ended up going to the same school for a little while, and then eventually dropping out together, and getting jobs together, and moving into an apartment, getting engaged, getting married, having puppies, having babies. I guess we didn't have puppies. We got puppies and a cat now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been through a lot together.
It's a busy 6.
I was gonna say 10 years.
Oh God. Feels like it.
Yeah. Well, there's so many people, and let's start. I'm gonna tell you not to talk shit about people right now because they'll hear it.
Sure. Okay. I'll control myself.
So, but I'm just gonna say that there's some people out there that tend to over-exaggerate how long they've been together.
Like you.
I feel like I am one of those people, but it does feel like a long time.
Yeah.
But we really have been together a long time too.
Yeah. We just packed a lot in.
Yeah, we've been
so
busy.
It feels longer.
We've been busy.
Oh yeah.
So that's where we're at now. We got 2 babies. Our son's currently singing himself to sleep, so I'm gonna apologize in advance if we gotta pause this and put our kids back to sleep.
Yeah.
But
we hear some screamo old McDonald.
yeah, but that's when we can fit this in. So, do you think that's a pretty good little wrap up? Is there anything else we should touch on?
No, I think you covered it.
Yeah. So I guess we'll just move right along. I got my notepad here that's also looks like half a grocery list or something. But we'll move right into talking about being a parent a little bit because I feel like that's a really big part of our lives right now, and we've been parents for a little over 2 years.
Yeah. Almost 2.5.
Yeah, and really changes your life. I think you don't realize how your life will change becoming a parent, and not just by being busy or having to worry about someone else, but I feel like your mindset changes a little bit. I remember when we had Easton, I felt a lot more responsible for just providing in general. It was a little more of a family effort versus you and me. It was
Right.
kind of like you're doing things for us now. So I feel like there's that going on.
I feel like everyone tells you things
Yeah.
about like what to expect,
Yep.
but you don't know at all.
That's how you're living it.
Like I thought I had an idea
Yeah.
just from things people said. I had no idea.
Oh yeah. If you thought
How tired.
If you thought you were tired before you had kids, you have no idea.
You've never been tired.
With Finley, our second baby, our daughter, we still haven't slept a whole night.
Not a week straight,
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely not. But we were just talking the other day how I didn't remember how bad she was when we first had her. Like we were going days and days without sleeping.
Mhm.
Like we'd have to sleep during the day. We were working
Yeah.
the night shift for
Yeah.
sure.
Ugh, she's bad.
Yeah.
You have to forget, otherwise no one would have more kids.
Right. Being a parent is awesome though at the same time. Just being able to watch your kids learn is something that I've always liked. Like when I can take Easton outside and
Yeah.
show him something he's never seen before. We've been picking raspberries like maniacs this summer, and he's all about it. And that's just
Yeah, he definitely has his own thoughts and opinions now.
yeah.
It's very cool to see him express those.
Well, it's crazy to hear him say sentences that aren't just copycats of what we've said.
He puts things together for sure
Yeah.
in his little head.
Tonight,
The randomest things.
tonight he grabbed a little bowl out of our cupboard. It said, "This is the cutest little bowl that I've ever seen."
It's like orange plastic.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the kind of stuff that's fun. And she's just getting ready to move around.
Mhm.
She wants to so bad.
She moves around.
Yeah,
She just isn't actually walking
Yeah.
it on her own.
she could do it. She's too smart.
Mhm.
Every time we try to set her up to walk, she's just like, "Oh, I'll just crawl over there."
Yeah,
It's-
that's comfortable.
yeah. Right.
But yeah, you can definitely see her starting to think
Yeah.
about things too.
Mm-hmm. We're obviously both parents,
Yes.
and they're both my kids, just so everyone knows.
Even though Ethan called you Devan.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone always points that out. He calls me by my first name.
I call you Devan.
Yeah. Well, you're always yelling at me. So
Yeah. No, it's always when you're in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Ethan's like, "What are you doing, Devan?"
Yeah. He's been doing that since he was 1.
Yeah. Knocking on the door.
Yeah.
What is privacy?
Yeah. So, like I was saying, we're both obviously parents, but we do kind of share different roles in that. And I think a lot of times the parenting lands on you just by your occupation.
Yeah, I'm home with them.
Yeah. Stay-at-home mom, full-time.
All day, every day.
And it's a full-time job,
It really is.
which a lot of people don't realize. And our cat wants to be in the podcast right now.
Yeah, I guess.
But I feel like even I don't realize how tough just a day can be alone with these crazy kids sometimes.
Well, I feel like when you're home with them for a day too, you are able to just have fun with them,
Yeah,
which I try to do, but I also like have things to get done.
yeah,
Like I have laundry and cleaning and cooking and
Yeah.
all,
yeah.
all this stuff
And
on top of
well,
that.
and what makes you even better at your job is that you
Oh,
actually
boy.
do those things. Yeah,
I-
I'm just getting brownie points right now. But, I feel like, especially for stay-at-home moms that don't
Well-
participate in cleaning or...
But it's hard enough.
Yeah,
Like
I agree.
if you don't, you're not a maid.
Yeah,
It bothers me.
you go above and beyond.
I I really do. No, it just bothers me, and I feel like I can think better when our house is clean, and just.
Well, and that's something that we share, is kind of simplifying, and I think
Like that pot on the stove right now is making me twitch.
Yeah, I did the dishes though.
You did.
But yeah, I think just being clean and organized really can put your mind at ease.
Well, we drank all the Marie Kondo Kool-Aid in January.
I was like, I don't remember. I don't know if I've ever had Kool-Aid in my life.
Yes, you probably have.
But yeah, that was a good show.
It wasn't
we were
necessarily a good show.
Yeah.
I just feel like it just was the little kick in the butt that we needed.
Well, and I feel like we have that in us.
Mm-hmm.
We were already kind of feeling that way. It had just been a while since we went down that road again.
Right.
But I remember when we first dropped out of college, we were all about being happy and simplifying. I'm pretty sure I got rid of like every single article of clothing.
We were gonna live in a tiny house.
Yeah.
I literally cleaned out my closet thinking I had to fit all of it in a tiny house.
Yeah.
That was our goal.
Yeah. I don't know if it was a goal.
Well, that was our dream at the time, I guess.
Yeah. Which, looking at it now, I feel like would be very difficult with 2 children.
Yes.
We have a 2-bedroom house, and it's hard enough to.
1,200 square feet. Very small.
Yeah. It's hard enough now. I do like the small house, though.
No, me too. If Finley did not wake up in the middle of the night, or like naps, stuff like that, it would be a different story.
It's hard to get up in the morning and not wake everyone in the house up if I'm trying to do something in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
But it is nice having everything right here. And you think about if anything bad were to happen, like a fire or whatever.
Right.
Everything's within 10 feet.
I'm never really sketched out in our house because I can see everything standing right here.
Yeah. And there's no really wasted space either.
No.
We really use every part of our house.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
I just feel like people have so many like sitting rooms and formal dining rooms and formal living rooms.
Too much. Well, it's just clutter.
We can't possibly use all of
Yeah,
that.
and more to clean.
Oh, yeah. If we had more than one bathroom, it wouldn't happen.
Right. I wanted to talk a little bit. I have family values written down here, and I feel like a lot of our family values are ones that we've kind of brought with us in our own relationship, which is nice. Like the fact that we've been together since we were kids, like literally 17, 18 years old.
Grow up and grow old
Yeah,
together.
exactly. And so we've really have grown together in a way that I think is special, and we know basically everyone in each other's lives, and it's a little more easy to understand where each other are coming from. Yeah. And
I know exactly why you are.
Yes.
How you that kind of thing.
Yeah. And a lot of people, I don't think, can enjoy that with their spouse. But
when we tell stories about people, I always know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
We know all the same people. We get invited to way less weddings than people who have separate friend groups.
Yeah. But so we are separate individuals, but I feel like we share a lot of the same ideas. And then we do have some differences, but as far as just general outlook on life, I feel like it's pretty similar.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can't remember I feel like we have sat down before and written down what is important to us.
You make me do stuff like that all the time.
Yeah. I just can't remember. Which is why I make us do it, because if you're not thinking about it, it's hard to remember it. But do you remember anything like that, or what do you feel like we stress?
Yeah, I don't remember you making me write write down my goals and
Yeah.
my.
Yeah. So maybe that's something we'll have to do after
Yeah.
the podcast. Figure out family values.
I mean, we talk all the time how we love starting our own traditions and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's necessarily
No, I think that
what
counts.
you're looking for, but
Yeah.
just little things to like big holidays.
Yeah.
Like are so fun for me.
Yeah. Well, when I think about my childhood, the specialist memories are always the things that happened every year, or things you could count on, or
Right.
people you would see. So like you said, starting traditions and keeping them, I think, is an important one for us.
Yeah. We've been straying away from Donut Saturday.
Yeah, we have been. Strictly health reasons.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And just in general, I think being good people and living.
I think it's important to both of us to have our kids see a healthy relationship.
Yep. Yeah. Well, and you don't realize Easton's 2, and he gets upset when we kiss. But
he's been better,
yeah,
I think.
Yeah, but it's...
Because he likes to run up behind and punch me in the back.
But, yeah, they definitely pick up on that stuff.
I mean, he gets upset when we argue, for sure.
Yeah, no, he'll start
even
yelling.
like little argument, like we never have a full-blown fight in front of him, but, you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so I think it's, like you said, it's important to be a good example for how to
treat people in general. And
especially someone you love.
Yeah.
And now that's the perfect segue for talking about
Simone.
fighting. And, well, I'm just being a good host.
Okay.
So.
Where's my wine?
Yeah, sorry. We don't have wine for this episode, so maybe the next one. We do have communal water.
Yeah, thank you.
We both will probably drink out of that by the time this is over with. But,
it's not that weird.
well,
You made it kind of weird.
yeah, sorry. But it isn't all roses around here all the time. And honestly, I think lately it hasn't been, we haven't been on our best track. Not that it's been bad.
I feel like we've been good.
Yeah.
It's just our routine has been so out of whack that it's kind of throwing both of us a little bit.
Well, and that's what I wanted to talk about, is just communication and how we go about it, and we're gonna give some relationship advice. And we're young parents, so you may not think we're wise, but for other young parents, anyone who can relate,
Listen in.
yeah, listen in for sure. And I feel like
I just feel like even though we haven't been together as long as a lot of people, we've crammed so much in.
Yeah.
Like most people who have been together whatever years haven't moved a few times, gotten pets, had kids, switched jobs.
We did it all in a year.
Yeah. We've had like some of the hardest stressors on a relationship.
Yeah.
As far as like money and kids and you know.
For sure.
So I feel like that's something.
Yeah, that is something. So when did we start doing our meetings?
Like a month ago?
Yeah.
No, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah. So, let's say, we'll just go with a month ago. So about a month ago, we started making time to meet with each other every morning and every night. It started just at night, right?
No, it started just in the mornings.
Oh, okay.
And then, I think so. 'Cause
Yeah.
then you were like, we should have a nightly check-in too.
So.
It doesn't happen every day.
Yeah,
but
definitely
this is
not.
our goal, I guess.
Yeah, and I would love it. Yeah, I would love for it to happen every day. But, and not necessarily that our relationship was bad before we started doing this, but I would say it was more up and down than.
It was just always like you asked me, so what do we have going on again Friday? What do we have?
Yeah.
And I just felt like I was constantly repeating myself.
Oh yeah. Well, I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah.
Guys in general are
or
not.
I would tell you what we had going on, and then you were like, "You're not busy today, right?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "No, I told you."
Yeah.
Just miscommunication, basically.
Exactly. So. Yeah. Before we go off and talk about beat around the bush a little bit more, what we do is every morning for 15 minutes, half hour.
We try to get 30.
We try to get 30.
But
Sometimes
with diapers and breakfast, it doesn't happen.
Sometimes it's 10 minutes, sometimes it's 5. But make time in the morning to sit down with your significant other, whether it's your wife, your fiance, your girlfriend, your roommate, just anyone you're living with that you need to have that kind of relationship with and be on the same page. Just general communication, but to sit down and plan out your day, schedule it out, talk about when this is happening, who's doing what.
I'd love to know what time you think you're going to be home.
Yeah.
So I can count down the minutes.
Yeah, but just and it started off strictly as a scheduled thing, just to be on the same page there, and it so easily evolved into just a general check-in.
Yeah.
We start every conversation with today's events, what's happening, who's doing what, and it so easily flows into how are you doing this morning? You're starting the day off right when you do that.
If you have something going on, I'm always like, are you excited about that? Are you nervous? More in depth too.
Yeah. So we try to do that every morning, and then we started doing it every night.
And I feel like the mornings too will just get more important as our kids get busier.
Yeah.
With activities and sports.
And so the night version of the meeting, we talk about that same exact plan we had in the morning, and we talk about how it went and what could have gone better or what went bad.
Basically, how was your day?
Yeah.
But a little more.
Yeah. And the same thing, it just transforms into how was your day? And I feel like, and most of the time we do that after the kids are in bed. So a lot of times I'll get home and we don't have that conversation for a few hours.
I feel like I don't even talk to you sometimes until the kids go to bed.
Yeah.
With dinner and baths and.
Yeah, and so we didn't know exactly how to structure that or how it would work out, but it almost works out better to know that when I first get home, we're not trying to have a half-assed conversation for 3 hours.
I look forward to it.
Yeah, we know that we're going to get the time to talk and work on us instead of you trying to make dinner and I'm trying to tell you about my day and Easton's trying to play with me and it's just.
And then we put the kids to bed and we just watch separate shows or something.
Yeah.
It totally avoids that.
Just knowing that you have that time with each other in the morning and at night is super helpful and being on the same page. And something I want to talk about in regards to communication is I feel like, especially before you're married, and especially after you're engaged, you're about to get married, and you just kind of naturally get handed advice from married people or people that have been married, and communication seems to be the key. Whether they've been divorced or they're happily married, it's always, I feel like that's one of the big ones is communication.
Yeah.
And I feel like I never fully understand what that meant.
No, I was like, well, you obviously talked to them.
Yeah.
So what's the issue?
Yeah, and there's just like, I was kind of like thinking about, I just need to tell her when I'm mad or how I'm feeling.
Right. Yeah.
And it's never natural. It never comes out well when you try to communicate like that. Like just spur of the moment when someone's busy. like it just never really goes that well. So this
Yeah.
time is the perfect time to actually sit down and communicate with each other. And it's changed our relationship, which is awesome. I feel so much better when we can sit down and do that every day.
Me too.
And along those lines as well, we do have a schedule for each day. Like when I get up and I try to work out in the morning and then come home and do some stuff, and then Courtney has time to work out and we can have our meeting and the kids can get up and what time I go to work and when I should approximately be home, and it doesn't always happen.
Mostly because our daughter does not sleep at night.
It does land on me though too, because even if I gotta take a little more responsibility for sleeping in when she's been up a little bit at night, because I could definitely do it, but whenever I'm able to wake up early and work out and come home and really get the schedule started off right and the day started off right, our entire day goes different.
100% always work out on days that you've worked out.
Yeah.
And I could definitely do it on my own, but like it just kind of starts the whole day off.
Yeah. No, the schedule's important, and I feel like you said, we're not off right now. It's just that our schedule's been kind of messed up, and we haven't been doing that the last week or so.
But at least we like both know what it should be. Yeah. And we can try and get back on track together.
Yeah. Well, and that's one of the good things about the morning meeting and the night meeting is when you talk about what's going on for the day. If I know that I'm supposed to do something at a certain time, or you're supposed to do something that night, and it doesn't happen, you don't have to be like, Devan, you didn't go to the store and get that like you were supposed to, because I already know that I didn't do it. Like you know whose fault it is without having to blame somebody.
Yeah.
You just can take responsibility for it because you both already know who didn't do what they were supposed to do, which causes a lot less fighting. That's my biggest piece of advice, I think, is just the check-in time.
Yeah.
We call
you could do it on the phone too.
Yeah. Yep.
Texting not so great.
No.
But definitely a phone call could work too.
Yeah. Well, I think it just.
Yeah, I like looking at you.
it definitely just reconnects you. Like I feel a lot happier throughout the day and just love you more when we can do that.
Yeah.
So we gotta stick with it. But that's at least my biggest advice. I don't know if you got something else to give.
No, I mean, I feel like communication, obviously.
Yeah. Actual communication.
Yes, actual communication. But I also just feel like really listening has been good. Like, I don't know how many times I've told you before in passing that I need a little break when you get home, because I want to beat our children.
Yeah.
And then when we actually like sat down and I told you, like, I don't know, I feel like it just like clicked.
No, yeah, it hit
like
home.
You listened and then you are like respectful of that, and
well, that's exactly what
that's just an example. Does. Yes.
Yeah. Allows you
just
to be a
little
good
things.
listener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like really hearing and like doing something about it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, I thought I heard something. But yeah, well, and I feel like, there's the common ones like love each other and go on dates.
Yeah.
But I feel like all that just comes after communication.
Yeah. Well, like, we could go on dates and not have as good of conversations as we do. I feel like when we go on dates, we just eat.
We're too busy stuffing our faces to talk. It takes us like 10 minutes to finish.
Every time we go out to eat, we're like, okay, we're gonna take small bites and talk.
Yeah.
And we don't.
No, it's so good. Yeah.
That's so gross.
Most of the time, we're too full to be intimate when we get home.
Oh
anyway.
God, stop it.
So
That makes us sound disgusting.
No, it does not. There's a lot grosser people that get intimate.
Okay. Well, probably.
But. So that's it for relationship advice, right?
Yeah.
Nothing else. So, since we're kind of talking about our relationship, I wanted to kind of test it.
Oh, Jesus.
A little bit.
No wine and a test.
Yeah. Everyone loves a pop quiz. But it's just kind of going to be fun. So,
sure.
I'll ask you first, and then you've got to try to guess it.
What?
You'll see. Ready? You ready? First question. What's my favorite food?
I feel like you could just like snort mushrooms every day.
Oh, that makes it sound like.
Not drugs.
That makes it sound like.
I don't even know. Do you snort mushrooms?
No, you don't. I don't know. Who knows?
Who
We weren't in college very long.
I feel like you like mushrooms. The food, the actual food. I don't know. I feel like every time we go out to eat, you get like a steak, prime rib.
Okay.
Right?
So what's your answer? Mushrooms or steak?
Mushrooms. You always get smothered steak with like mushrooms and onions.
What's your answer? Mushrooms or
That
steak?
is.
Steak with
mushrooms and onions.
Okay, fair enough.
All of it.
Well, when I was thinking about it, when I wrote the question down, my first thought was chocolate.
Well, yeah, okay. I don't know if that's like a favorite food.
Yeah, so.
You have a chocolate addiction, for sure.
Yeah, what's your addiction? Should that have been a question? Mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
No.
But I love them anyways.
Yeah. No, actually, I just found out that mushrooms, besides having some, what?
I had something in my eye.
Oh, I thought you were like rolling your eyes at me because I was about to tell you some stat.
Oh, I already know your stat. You told me the other day.
Oh, what is it?
Something like mushrooms.
That's not my voice. Say your normal
that's
voice.
my impersonation of you. Mushrooms are mostly water.
I didn't say that.
I swear to God you said that. They don't have like any other nutritional value. They're a fungus.
Okay.
Which like duh.
Okay. First of all, you have no idea. And second of all, that is not what I sound like. And third of all, that's not at all what I said.
Hashtag listen.
We did not have that conversation.
You told me while I was doing something else.
I know. I was going to say, we did not have that conversation during our meeting.
I think I was actually working out when you told me that.
Yeah. But anyway, I found out that mushrooms aren't as great as I thought they were. They're good for you, but they like don't give you a whole lot besides some cool minerals or something.
Because you were like, you'd think they'd have more protein. They're so meaty.
Yeah.
I remember you saying that.
No, it's like meat, but it's.
Well, people like, I feel like use them instead of meat for something.
Yeah.
So that is kind of weird.
It's more of a texture thing than a protein thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they have any protein. Anyway, don't quote me on any mushroom statistics. So now it's my turn to guess your favorite food.
Well, I don't even know what the answer is.
Let me tell you, because I know you. I know you so well.
I know
you so well. So, if we're going off the basis of, like, is food chocolate? So technically, if chocolate isn't a food and more of a snack, then I guess soy sauce isn't a food either. But that would be your favorite if it was. But instead of if it can't be a food, then it'll just be sushi.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like when thinking right now, if we could go out to eat somewhere, I would pick sushi.
Okay.
So.
California roll.
Is wine a food?
I don't know.
Because that would
You
have
can
been.
live off wine.
So it's.
It
Yeah.
should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite food? Wine.
That works. Okay. Next question.
Okay.
What's my favorite activity or hobby?
Hunting. Right?
Yeah.
Just being outdoors.
I'd say that's a pretty easy one.
Yeah.
Now, what's your favorite activity? I'm not sure how explicit I can be
Oh my god.
on the show. It is my show.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna.
But it is.
I like crafting.
Okay. That was my second option, was making signs.
You were gonna say crafting or sex?
Well, my first option was sex. My second option was crafting.
Hobbies include.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I just know you really well. More than you know me, apparently.
I said hunting.
Yeah, you did a good job on that one.
Thanks.
Okay. Third question. If you could... Oh, shit. I asked it wrong, sorry. If I could spend a month by myself anywhere, like any destination, money's not an issue, you'd be fine with it, kids would not miss me. Where would it be?
I would say you would want to go hunting in New Zealand.
Mm.
I just feel like ever since you started dating, you've always said that you want to go to New Zealand.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Thank you.
That's my new answer.
See, I know you better.
Yeah, than myself.
What did you say for yourself?
Well, for a while I was thinking like maybe like some cabin or shack in Alaska or something, or a ranch out in the plains.
I mean, I could see you doing all
yeah,
that, you weirdo.
But a hunting trip to New Zealand is something I've always wanted to do. And I haven't been out of the country a whole lot. A few times.
You poor thing.
Nothing ever like that though. Yeah. Someday. Okay. I'm gonna guess your destination.
Go ahead. I don't even know what I'm gonna say. You really didn't give me time to think about these answers. This is the first I'm hearing of these questions.
Oh, sorry. My guess would be like Bora Bora or something like that.
Yeah, where did the Kardashians just go that I said I wanted to go? I mean, only if I could vacation like them. If I was going on my budget, it would be really sketchy.
Yeah.
But going like them, where was
Bali?
Yeah.
Is that where it was?
Yeah, they had like a private island, and
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you can go anywhere with a private island, that's
Yeah.
probably great.
Just a private island. It doesn't need to be a certain place on the planet.
Yeah, just anywhere that I can
warm.
have just constant drinks flowing.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Last two questions. I was gonna ask you what my best quality is and what my worst quality is, so you can do them in whichever order you want, and you can receive them in whatever order you want.
Okay.
Should we do?
Your worst quality lately is you leave the lights on
Okay.
every room you go into, and it's especially annoying because you used to yell at me for that,
Yeah.
and I don't know what happened.
I don't know either.
Now you just don't even notice, which is extra annoying.
Our bathroom, the bathroom light is the only light I
But
leave
you
on.
leave 3 lights on in the bathroom. Well, why do you need to turn 3 lights on in the bathroom?
The bathroom just seems way more dark than it used to be. I don't know.
Yeah, you're old.
I
Your
don't
eyes
know.
are bad.
Yeah. But I always turn them on, and then I turn all of them off except for one. So.
So you leave a light on.
Yes.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's fine. There are worse things that you could do.
Do you want to do best, or should I say
No,
yours?
I will do best.
Right now.
Do you want me to do it right now?
Do you want me to go first?
You're gonna say my worst?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
You just overthink everything.
Yeah.
To to the point where it's no longer a plan. You're just creating extra stress for yourself.
I have like one of those like Criminal Minds boards with all the little
with the pins and
the pins and
yarn.
the string, and that is my brain constantly. And then if it were spinning.
Jesus. That sounds like schizophrenia or something. That's what I thought you were gonna say. Though, it's like I have one of those Criminal Minds.
No.
I thought you were comparing yourself to like a serial killer.
No, like I'm just thinking like, when do we need paper towel next? What do we need at the store? What am I gonna make our kids for breakfast? What size clothes does Finley need?
Yeah.
Just everything for our house, our pets, our kids.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. But I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
So that also segues right into your best quality, though. I think that you're extremely thoughtful, and not even just for our family, but just people in general. And you could see someone on the news and want to help them or feel for them. I just feel like you're always thinking, but you're thinking good things and going the extra mile for people and helping people out. And I feel like if there was a bunch of you, there'd be a lot of good in the world.
Crazies.
Yeah.
My turn?
Yep, tell me how I'm the best.
Well, I don't know, there's so many things that
geez.
I want to say.
See, so thoughtful.
What comes to mind right now is just like how smart and hardworking you are. Like, I just feel like I am constantly amazed at the things you come up with and plan and want to do and how you get there, and like it's...
Yeah, my mind is all over the place too.
I know, but you just like, they're not just like far-fetched things.
Yeah.
I feel like you start there and you like have big dreams and big goals, which is another good quality. You just like shoot for the stars, but then like watching you try and get there, and like you're just very smart and hardworking, like I said.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
We're doing it together too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are our goals.
Yes. I couldn't do it without you. So that's why, this is exciting, and this podcast wouldn't be as good without you either. So
It'd just be you talking to yourself, which would annoy me if I was trying to watch the show right now.
That would be weird. So, all right. Good quiz. You passed the test.
Thanks.
On to the next stage.
What?
Not of the test, just of the show. I just wanted to kind of touch on current events, not in the news, but in our family, what's going on, and start with the most recent, I guess, which would be this summer. I've been running my own business.
You started your own business
and running
from scratch.
Yep.
By yourself.
Yep.
Which is incredible.
And it's been going well. We've been learning a lot and figuring it all out, but it's been fun. It's been helpful for you to be lenient with me when trying to work.
I was very supportive.
Yes. would never have happened in the first place if you were not supportive. So, but that is probably the most recent exciting thing that's been going on.
Mm-hmm.
and then, and you can, I'm gonna go through a few that I've thought about ahead of time, but then you can add if you feel like I've missed anything. Just a few days ago, Courtney went to the gun range and
current events.
Yeah, shot some guns. She shot a gun before, but it's been a long time.
And I didn't, like, I feel like when we went before, I didn't learn anything about how to load it or any, like it was just very quick just to say that I had, kind of. And this time was more like I was actually interested.
Yeah. So that was fun for both of us. She did awesome with just being a good student and listening and learning and being safe and just kind of doing what you were told. And it went well.
Yeah.
She shot everything you could have: rifle, shotgun, handgun. It was the first time for a handgun and a shotgun with her, which wasn't super pleasant experience for her, but she's done it now.
It wasn't a bad, like, you make it sound like something happened.
No, it was just.
There were no incidents.
Yeah, it's a little bit different than a .22.
I just really thought that I would like a handgun.
Oh yeah.
I thought because it's small and you think about women having it, that it's easy to shoot, and it just, I did not like it.
Well, public service announcement. If you're going to get a gun or want one for self-protection or whatever, don't just assume that a handgun is the right choice, or any gun for that matter. Your phone's probably the better option a lot of times. And if you do get a gun for self-defense or for hunting or whatever it is, you need to practice and be comfortable.
Yeah.
Because they're nothing to mess around with.
No.
But yeah, overall, good experience at the range. She'd go back.
Yeah, I was very, very intimidated.
Yeah.
Before, and they intimidate me, and I think that they should. A little bit,
Oh yeah.
They're powerful, but
Yeah.
definitely feel more comfortable.
Yeah. She wants to go hunting with me now, so that's why I'm so excited.
It's different now because we have kids, so it's like a little date.
Yep. Date in the woods.
Yeah.
Requirements are a cappuccino and anything else.
I just really don't like to be cold, so if we could make that
kind of hunting. That's
that kind of hunting. I'm one of those people.
And we were at the range in the first place because I will possibly be going moose hunting this September for 2 weeks in Canada. So I had to sight in my rifle, and Courtney wanted to be a little more comfortable with what we've got laying around the house. So I can't believe that might actually be happening. So one that she is going to let me go.
Just let me know when my 2-week vacation is, okay?
Exactly. Then upcoming events, we've got Finley's first birthday party.
Which I can't even believe.
At the end of the month, which is nuts. She's a big girl.
I mean, she looks like a toddler, but
she's in like 4-year-old clothes.
3-year-old clothes.
Yeah. So
she's
that's
ginormous.
Yeah.
Time for another one.
Yeah.
Kidding.
You got any other current events you can think about?
Not really.
Okay.
I've been making some signs lately. That's been fun.
Yeah, we're gonna make some wreaths this fall
and
winter. So if you guys would like a seasonal wreath from,
get us out.
Yep, we're gonna be making some. Probably some wreaths, some signs.
Yep, I love making signs for people.
Maybe some other crafts. Maybe sell a few Christmas trees. So if that interests you, stay tuned.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you guys loved getting to know Courtney on the podcast. She's amazing, and she's definitely cooler than me. She's got her own stuff going on besides being a mom.
Yeah.
She's more than Easton and Finley's mom. She's her own person. She's got a blog.
Oh God.
We're
yeah,
gonna do.
about that.
Yeah, we're gonna do some.
It's been a while.
Some name dropping here. So,
Alright.
what is your blog called?
All lowercase.
All lowercase.
coffeewinemom.weebly.com.
Okay, so that's all lowercase.
Yes.
Coffee.
Wine mom.
Wine mom.
.weebly.com.
And on there, Courtney's just gonna talk about what it's like to be a mom and.
I need to do better about blogging.
Yeah, but it's fun.
It is fun.
If you're a mom and.
Just do it for yourself.
Yeah, if you're a parent.
I don't even know if people read it,
Yeah.
but it just makes me feel better.
Right.
To express some stuff.
Yeah, so go check it out. Maybe you'll be inspired to do it yourself. Maybe it'll make you want to drink some coffee, drink some wine, because
Yeah.
that's
I do.
yeah, it's fitting for sure.
Yeah.
Two things.
Well, it's called Running on Coffee and Wine.
Running on
is the
Coffee
actual,
blog.
which could not be more true.
Yeah. Most of the time I participate too, so.
Yeah, that's how we tell time around here.
Yeah. And usually it's during our meetings that we have the coffee and wine.
Yeah,
so that's
we've been
special
trying tea though, and I just can't get on board with that.
No, it'll have to be wine.
I tried.
And then your other venture
Books.
right now. Books, children's books, kid books. Tell us
I'm
a
not
little about
writing
that.
them.
No.
So it's this publishing company, Usborne Books and More.
How do you spell that?
USBORNE.
Okay.
And UBAM for short, Usborne Books and More. And this girl that I follow on Instagram actually works for that company. She's a consultant, and so I saw a lot of her stuff and got interested in the books and checked some of them out, and got one at a consignment shop and the library, and just really cool books for all age kids, a lot of interactive stuff. And so then, I became a consultant mostly for the discount at first.
Well, our kids love books to begin with, so it was just a natural.
Yeah, definitely. And just after seeing some of the stuff that they had to offer, wanted to get in on that. So I joined for the discount initially, which is great, and still happy to have that. But throwing a Facebook party, so just making wish lists for other people, for their kids, and helping other kids gain access to like great literature is just like something that I'm really passionate about and excited about.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Courtney always hated when I told her that she needed to get a hobby. Yeah.
Oh my God, I could have punched you in the face when you said that.
She would always complain when I went hunting.
I had just had babies.
Yeah.
It's so hard to find your identity after babies.
Yeah.
Like, I was a person, I was Courtney, and then I had kids, and right after that you're so focused.
Yeah. And
not that I'm not still focused on them, but they're older and they play better by themselves. Like, I just feel like they're more independent.
Yeah.
Even now, at 2 and 1 or whatever they are. But like, it's so hard to get back to, because you can't be the same person, you know, because you're changed.
Yeah.
So it's like, who am I now? So you're telling me to get a hobby, but it's just so annoying.
Yeah, and I feel like fathers can't really relate to that as well.
No, well, you leave every day and your own person at work, and you're Devan and the squirrel guy, and
But I am glad that now you've got a few things that you're really passionate about with the blog and the books and the crafts, and it's nice to, makes me happy to see you be a person again. You know, it makes me feel good for you.
Yeah.
So, I'm pretty sure that's about everything that I wanted to touch on, unless you've got anything else you wanna talk about.
I don't think so.
No? Okay, well, we'll end with this on the Meat Eater podcast with Stephen Rennell. If you guys haven't watched that, or listened to it, I should say, it's one of my favorites. They always end the podcast with a closer, or a closing statement. So, if you could kind of sum up what we talked about, or have one final piece of advice.
That's a lot of pressure.
What do you think? I can go first too.
Yeah, okay. But then what if yours is way better?
Well,
okay,
most likely it'll be, so why don't you go first?
I don't know. You go first. Okay.
Just a few days ago, this is on the spot that I'm coming up with
Sure.
this. I haven't thought about this ahead of time.
You knew you were gonna ask
No.
this. It's probably written down.
Yeah. So just a few days ago, we were talking about how, or like words to live by, and I guess how to stay motivated in day to day, and just kind of a creed that'll help lead you along in life, kind of along the lines of YOLO, or
But like not as terrible.
exactly.
I love it, like what it stands for.
Yeah.
But I just feel like people use it for doing dumb shit.
Yeah. So we wanted to come up with our own words that would kind of represent the same thing, and we came up with, let me see if I can remember it. It's,
that important to you?
yeah, it's only been a few days. It's a good one though. So it's live life better than yesterday, but without tomorrow.
Yes, nailed it.
And I think that's just an awesome saying. So if we can get that to catch on,
oh yeah,
it's what we're gonna live by. And it just, I mean, if you think about it, what it means is to kind of live in the moment, but do a better job in every aspect of your life today than you did yesterday. So be a better husband, be a better father, do better at work, get more done, but also live like there isn't gonna be a tomorrow. So don't get so wrapped up in work that you don't sit down with your family and enjoy the little things. So that is my closing statement.
Come on, we talked about that together, so
Okay.
you just totally stole.
Okay. Are we gonna share it?
Totally stole our thing. Yes, we're gonna share it.
Okay. All right.
Thanks for forcing me to do this.
Yeah, that's our joint closing statement. And just as a side note, we did not drink out of the communal water.
We did not.
Can you believe we've been doing this for an hour?
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, goes by quick. It was fun though, right?
Yeah, I could have watched a whole show on Netflix, but.
Okay. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. See you next time.